Hey Dave, just first, do you have an update on Justin Turner and how he's doing?
Um, Early indication it's a grade 2, so I think that'll be it for him.
How is he feeling? Just his reaction and
Obviously very disappointed.
Okay, right there, row 2.
Dave, has any thought been given yet to who might take his place on the roster?
No, we're talking through it right now. It'll be a position player, but not sure who.
Claudia, first row here.
Dave, Julio has pitched 4 times in 12 days, and it looked like he was tired by the 5th inning. What were you seeing from him in those 5 innings?
Honestly, I don't think he was necessarily tired. I don't, and I think we're still trying to get through how he's pitched. I think the stuff was good. I think they had a very good game plan for him. He was throwing 95 miles an hour in the 5th inning, so I don't think that it was being tired. I think that they had a very good game plan. I think they took advantage of some mistakes and hit him out of the ballpark. So, the first 2 out of 3 innings, they put up 4 runs. So I don't think fatigue had anything to do with it. They just had a good game plan and took good swings.
Second row here.
Hey Dave, here. Obviously, not having Justin is not gonna help. But what have you seen with the offense today? It's just kind of more the same out of them today.
Smiley came in after the clean inning from Chavez, 3 innings, and it was all curveball. He was striking it down below at the bottom of the zone. Then we were unfortunately chasing. And after that, they go to a couple of their big boys. And, outside of that inning that we built, and AJ had a nice at-bat right there, the base hit to score 2. We just really didn't threaten. And, I just really don't have an answer. I think that they just outplayed us in all facets.
Would you consider maybe some lineup decisions, some different lineup for tomorrow to try and shape things up a little bit?
Well, it's going to look different than tonight. Obviously, Justin will be out. They're going to throw Freed. So I'll have Cody out there in center field, and Pujols will be in there. So that in itself will look a little different. As far as construction, I'm going to still think through that.
Okay. On the left here, Kyle.
Dave, the Braves have held you guys to 4 hits twice in this series, 2 runs twice in this series. What are their pitchers doing to hold you guys in check relatively?
They're getting strike 1, and they're expanding. And I think, conversely, they're being aggressive early. And, they had a plan that there was some shift busting going on, using the other side of the field, being on the fastball and pulling it, so it's kind of hunting certain zones. But as far as us, I just think that they're doing a good job getting ahead.
Far right, Alden.
Hey Dave, you know this well. It takes a lot physically, mentally to overcome a 3-1 deficit this time of year. To attempt to do that without Justin Turner and everything he sort of represents for you guys, how much more difficult does that make it?
Honestly, I'm thinking about, and I expect our guys to think about tomorrow and tomorrow only, Alden. Looking at how we're going to be able to prevent runs tomorrow, and it's going to be a bullpen game. I feel very confident, and now it's, on the other side is how we're going to attack Freed, who's throwing the baseball well, and he's their ace.
Far back, JP, on the right.
Hey Dave, besides McKinney on the taxi squad, was there like a short list of guys at the Stay Hot camp?
McKinney's in the mix. McKinstry's in the mix. Potentially Andy Burns might be in the mix.
Okay. On the right here.
Yeah,
Middle.
Dave, did you expect him to be so aggressive to the fastball with Julio?
Yeah. They're one of the most aggressive early count swingers in all of baseball. So it's a high risk, high reward kind of situation. You want to get ahead strike 1, and if you make your pitch, there's a good chance to get him out. And if you don't, then, you could see what happened.
On the left in the back, Zach.
I think going back to last year, you've won 6 straight elimination games. What makes closeout games so hard?
You never want to have your back against the wall. That's not how you draw it up. But it's we have a very resilient team, a very tough team, and it's not going to get much tougher than facing Max Fried in an elimination game. But we've done it before. Like I said, we got to win tomorrow, and I really believe we're equipped to win tomorrow's ball game.
Straight back, Andy.
Dave, I understand momentum is like a fickle concept in baseball, but how do you account for the offense's inability to string together even 2 productive games in a row this postseason?
That's a very fair question. I know it's not from lack of work and preparation. So the last part of it and most important is execution. And Andy, I don't have an answer. Every time I write the lineup out, I feel very good about our club and how we match up and, track records and what we're going to do that particular night. But it just hasn't been as consistent as I don't think anyone expected. So it's not, it is what it is. And I guess it's, we got to change that. We got to change that. And the only way we can do it is tomorrow. So I wish I had an answer. Believe me, I do. But again, Fried isn't going to feel sorry for us. He's going to go for the jugular. He's got great stuff, and we got to compete. And to the question earlier, our backs are against the wall, and no one's going to feel sorry. We got to find a way to stress them, get guys on base, and push them across. That's just the bottom line.
Okay. Far left, Stephanie.
On the broadcast tonight, they said that I guess last night in the 8th before the comeback, you had started preparing the speech that you were going to give about coming back. I know at this time of year these guys don't really need a pump-up speech, but do you plan to say anything?
No, I don't. I think that our guys know what's at stake and how important tomorrow night's game is.
Okay. All the way in the back on the left, Bill.
Yeah, Dave, to push back a little bit on what you said about Urias and fatigue, you did say more than once that when you use a starter out of the bullpen, there's a cost to be paid. Both of the guys that you've used out of the bullpen have then pitched very poorly in their next start. You don't think that's the cost that's related?
I mean, there's a potential cost. I mean, I don't think anyone knows. There's been starts where Julio hasn't pitched well on regular or extra. For me, it's looking and talking to the player, the pitching guys, and seeing the stuff. I just don't see the stuff tonight was compromised. I think that you look at the 0-2 pitch to Rosario, and it's a guy that he knows he should handle, and he had his way with him. And there was a fastball in there to Freddie, and I just thought the stuff was really good. There might have been some misses, which certainly there were, but I think that if you're talking about where Max's stuff, I think, was certainly compromised in his outing in Atlanta. I don't think, and I guess Julio's a better person to ask, and there's just no one perfect way to answer that. All I know is that what I can see, and I just didn't see the stuff compromised. I didn't.
Okay, last one here in the middle on the right.
Hey, Doc. Obviously a similar situation to last year, but in this case, you'll have to go to Atlanta and win too. So how much more bleak is this year than last year?
I'd love to go to Atlanta. So I just think for us, Kyle, we're trying to win tomorrow, and I feel good about it. And Game 6, we're going to have Max Scherzer on the mound with extra rest. So I can assure you they're going to do everything they can to prevent that. And so right now, like I said, I feel very good about our chance to win a game at home tomorrow night.